Wait, what happened?
Woo! Uh-oh. Go Randy on the block. Randy with the block. Good one. Dion. Oh, my God. Randy.
I'm just going to clap, bro. I'm just going to clap, bro. Because you talk about legends, bro. You talk about legends, bro. Yo, you really one of them guys, bro.
I appreciate it, man.
Yo, you set the standard before there was a standard, bro. And you did it in multiple weight classes, like some Terrence Crawford type shit. Like,
Undisputed.
bro. I seen Big Randy knock shit out. I seen Lil Randy knock shit out. Yo, how you feeling, bro?
I'm good, man. Appreciate you having me on here.
Yes, sir. Yo, I'm glad you were able to make it, man. I'm glad we can set this up, yo. As you know, your name come up a lot in my interviews, man. Rightfully so.
I've seen it a few times, for sure. I've seen it a few times.
Rightfully so. With that all being said, bro, where it started at? You a Pop Warner guy?
Yeah, so I played a little bit. First team I ever played for was Colleton Square Eagles.
Colleton Square.
Horrible. Horrible, bro. I was like one of the only athletes there.
That's down the hill, one of
That's
those on the hill.
On the hill, right there.
Yeah.
They call it Hamburger Hill.
Yup.
We used to run it. I threw up on that joint several times, just being a kid, out of shape, and running up and down that hill. But that was a horrible team, bro. It was horrible.
Was it the players? Was it the coaches?
It was the coaches. It was the players. It was just like no athletes in that specific area. When it's a whole bunch of athletes like up and down.
Damn, yo. What age group was it? Before
This
we start
was,
saying the kids was some shit.
We was like...
Okay, saying the athletes, no athletes.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Like, no, they didn't go through
area,
puberty yet, yo.
And they didn't, because it wasn't even old enough. But it was like from 7. I played there for like 2 years, 3 years.
Okay.
From like 7 to 10.
Okay.
And then I made my way down to Old Town for a little bit.
I was gonna say that's honestly where all the talent go.
Yeah, I made my way down to Old Town for a little bit, and but I didn't even stick there long. So I played Pop Warner, but then I also like really didn't get into organized football until I really got to high school.
Okay. Yeah, I'm similar. I really ain't really get under the pads until high school. Other than that, I was a straight hood superstar.
Same,
or whatever.
that's how I was. Same.
Well, I can't say superstar because the ones that came before me kept me at where I was supposed to be. But my age group, shorty, that's why I always play with the older guys, man.
And it was nothing like growing up in Somerset, man. And you got the guys that's outside, and they would give little tournaments, one-on-one tournaments. I would win a little $5, $10.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Only person that gave me a run for my money was Nell.
Yo, that's so crazy, bro.
That's the only person that would give me.
I was gonna bring that name up in this interview, or you was gonna bring it up, or
that's the
if
only,
it was gonna come up.
I wish, bro. He might be the most athletic person I've ever seen in my life. And I hold a few people to that regard.
I got 2 of them, and he definitely won.
Him and Guy.
Yo, they my 2.
Him and Guy.
They my 2.
Him and Guy, they up there, bro. They are 2 of the most athletic people I've ever seen in my life, and their life was cut short. But
man, I
would have
take
been
pride knowing I tackled a guy one time, yo. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
Like, I got one tackle with a guy. You can't tell me to this day that, you know what I mean? That ain't mean I was official.
That would have been insane to have both of them on one team because they both would have played with him.
I know, yo. Mick would have never left.
Ever. He would have never left, bro. He would have never left.
Yeah.
We would have legit had the type of team that the Assassins had.
Yeah.
Where they had everybody,
bro.
the Skriz and everybody.
Facts,
we had a few people, like Guy played quarterback, Nell was wide receiver, and then it was like they both could switch. But they would have held us down.
On defense.
Corner and safety.
Same, yo.
Corner and
I'm like,
safety.
yo, we missing the area where we were even like neighborhood ball. We had the Birds, Barry cousin. What was Barry cousin name? J-Rock.
J-Rock.
Yo, big dark skin, that other cousin that
was
was a linebacker.
Bro. It was
like,
a few people.
We just, that's our fault too for always playing with the older guys.
Yeah,
like that's
even
our
though
fault,
Guy
bro.
and Nell was.
They was our age.
Yeah, they was our age.
Yeah, I mean older
Barry
than me because you still older than me. But
yeah, but I think Barry is a couple years older than me, probably like 2 years or so older than me. But that seemed like a big age gap.
Yeah.
Back in the day when
Facts.
we was playing football.
Facts. And we finished school and all that. Mm-hmm. Some of them was outside before outside. So it always seemed like they was even older than what they was.
What they were. I always thought Nell was older than me, bro. Always thought he's not. I always just thought he was older than me just because like he was like outside.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he wasn't older than me at all.
That's crazy.
But I always thought he was.
Like you said, man. But yeah, man, back to it. Until you played the high school, yo, what high school you played for?
I went to Lake Clifton.
Okay.
Yeah. Played
the Clippers.
The Lakers.
The Lakers, I'm sorry.
The Lakers, yeah. Patterson with the Clippers.
My bad.
Yeah. Played fullback and linebacker on varsity. On JV, they had me a few different places. I played quarterback for JV.
Okay.
All types of places. Just doing anything.
Doing shit. Yeah.
Just doing anything, and then I got pulled up to varsity.
Yo, so what? That was senior year, junior year?
Sophomore.
Okay.
Half of sophomore year, then I played varsity. I started sophomore year on JV though.
Yeah.
And then they was pretty decent. They made the playoffs, and I kind of went up with them.
Yo, you was at Lake at a legendary time for the city, bro.
It was a good time there, man. It was a good time.
You know the basketball team doing what it was, yo. Y'all had sorry, let you tell your own story.
Will Barton, we had Will T, Jason, we had Josh.
Yeah.
Selby.
Yeah.
I think that I can't remember the exact number. They went like 22-0, 32-0, something like that. They won a state championship that year.
Yeah, late.
And shout out to my guy Pikachu. He was on the team, the ball boy. But
yo, she was on the team.
She was on the team. He was on the basketball team.
Oh no.
He was on the team, but he was also like the manager as well.
That's what's up though.
Yeah.
No, he got a ring.
Yeah, he definitely got a ring and a big ass trophy.
Yeah.
I don't know if he still got it, but he definitely got a big ass trophy that said like 22-0, 32-0.
Shout out to
Like
Pikachu, yo. You better have that trophy, bro. Yo, I seen Will was throwing it up though. Right, good for the city, man. Change his family life. Put on.
Man, it's so crazy just like being that close to somebody who, kind of just
went that far.
Yeah, yo,
I remember when y'all still was in school, yo. He was like, yeah, yo. Back then, you used to talk this shit like, yeah, yo, man, bro, going to the league and shit. Yo, he said, I'm about to live in the house with him and shit.
Bro, it's crazy, bro. Just like every day being next to somebody, like having classes, regular dude.
Seeing
like,
there regular.
Regular dude.
Part,
just a regular dude. And he really, took it. He went far with it. And I'm proud of him for doing that.
He did, yo. And like I said, you said the same thing. Regular dude, yo. That's one of the things Baltimore will be missing. And why they say like success comes few far in between here. Because unlike Atlanta or New York or something like that, man, sometimes in order to dream it, you got to see it. And we don't get to see as much as
often, man.
Other places.
Not as often. Especially back in the day, you used to see it. Like Dunbar was a factory back in when we was growing up. You just seen the players coming out of Dunbar just going.
That's real.
And they would make it to the NBA or NFL. Some played for a while, some didn't.
Real.
But seeing them walk through Somerset to go to practice at Dunbar Field and come back through, you know what I'm saying? Seeing them.
Somerset had an amazing location. Talking about that in Dunbar. Even the years when Tavon Austin used to walk through the projects to go practice. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Send a little kid to the store to go get a Gatorade or something for him. Let the practice walk by itself. Number 9 on, like, yo.
Yeah, it was wild, bro. Just to see, like I said, see those type of athletes, see those type of players and people.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, they were still regular people just in high school, walking through, and you get a chance to see it. So, I mean, I'm sure that him just walking through the projects gave like a lot of hope to other kids.
Yeah.
Because he was always great. He was
Yeah.
always a great timer.
Yeah, and from there, somebody played football, put the cleats
Yeah.
on. Something happened. Yo, so after high school, you went to college. What you do after high school? How it go?
Yeah. So I got a partial scholarship to Bethune-Cookman University. I went down there. That's in Daytona. Florida. Went down there. Best time of my life. I loved that. Like, I loved the school, the whole HBCU atmosphere. Everything was really good. And then I got down there and tore my leg up. I tore my ACL, MCL, and PCL. Leg was like kind of just
Yo, I remember that.
hanging.
Yeah. That's it. So I remember before you went down, you went and got crazy tatted.
Yeah.
The boy tatted everything.
Got a whole bunch of tattoos. Before going down there, and once I was down there, like I met a couple dudes that I'm still cool with today. One from Philly, one from New York. And then we went and met some dude that was just doing tattoos. So I got a whole bunch of tattoos from down there just because I thought like, oh yeah, I'm going.
Yeah.
From here, I'm going.
That's
and
it.
then boom, tore everything up in my leg. And it was kind of at a bad time for me because it was when it happened and when the surgery and stuff happened, it was like, I got the surgery in December of 2009. But the rehab process for it was going to take place in January, but something happened with my mother insurance and everything like that.
Man.
And I went to rehab for 1 week with like a therapist, and then they kind of like, yeah, you can't come back because the insurance and everything, yeah. So whatever they taught me in that 1 week, I actually did on my own to get back right. So I didn't have no therapist or nothing to show me how to
properly.
All the steps. I did everything on my own. I had therapy for 1 week after surgery, and what they showed me in that week, I just kept doing it and was able to get back functioning on my own.
So you, that's crazy. Because maybe I'm learning about college sports. So the injury you got from playing, was it playing for the team?
It was for the team, yeah. It was for the
so
team.
they're like medicals, stuff ain't take care of or covered?
It ain't USC. You know what
crazy.
I'm saying? So it wasn't like the financials of it and everything like that wasn't covered.
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? I still had to use.
Yeah, I was curious if that's also a part of it being a partial scholarship.
Yeah, and it was partial, and because it was partial as well, yeah, I had to earn the other half.
Dang,
so,
the fully secure.
To fully secure everything. So with it being partial, I had to get my mother to
sign on and all that. Yeah, FAFSAs.
All
like
that.
Okay,
everything.
That makes sense. Dang, I'm sorry. So, how long after the injury did you get back into football?
It wasn't that long, because that's when I started to drive. I was driving at that time. I was driving to McKinnon. I was watching y'all play football, just regular football on Sundays. I still had my crutches and everything like that. But I kind of fast tracked it because right after my surgery, 10 days actually, I never forget, after my surgery, that's when Nell got killed.
Yeah.
And I took my crutches with me to the emergency room, but I was literally like on foot moving around after, finding out that he did pass and everything like that. Yeah. So after that, I kind of stopped using the crutches because I was like, damn, well, I can actually walk. So I just, kept still doing like the in-home rehab, doing it myself. But I would say I shorted myself months because I was back playing basketball and football within like 3 months, 4 months.
Yeah.
Of actually tearing everything in my knee.
Yeah, you definitely. Yeah, you rushed back and that's a lot. Yeah, yo, I remember, man, that was shit, yo. My favorite Nell moment, of course, football memories and stuff like that. But like, linking them to the studio, my man Lil Tay for the So Swag and all that. Boy.
The battle raps and all that. The battle
yo.
raps that used to be down, damn, what is that court? Downtown.
Down Fad Hill.
Down Fad Hill,
yeah.
The court down Fad Hill.
Yeah, yo, linking now to just that connection with Lil Tay and him and Boogie and all that. Yo, that's my favorite joint, yo, because he was so nice freestyling. Yo, he was just literally nice at everything,
bro.
yo.
He was just...
Whenever he
was a
wanted
super
to.
nigga.
Whenever he wanted
I think he
to.
was just like a super nigga, bro. He was nice in basketball, rapping, baseball. He was just a super nigga. Like, everything that he did, he was, like, really good at.
Nah, that's real, bro. That's real. All right, so like 3 or 4 months after the surgery, you back hooping, you back on the field. You was on the field with us, or you was still West, or when did Town Beef really kick in? Because I know you was playing with us before you went to college, but like during the injury and all that, I don't know.
Yeah, so this was well after. Now we.
Yeah, I was saying when I say us, I mean around.
Yeah, around the way. I was still playing down McKim's and everything like that, but for me, Town Beef started, and I never forget. Said called me. I was at work. He was like, "Yo, we playing football Sunday. We playing football on Sunday." I'm like, "All right." He was like, "Yo, I also got this opportunity where it's like 7-on-7," and I'm like, "Bro, we never play 7-on-7. Like, all right, I'm gonna hear you out, but what is it?" Like, he like, "Man, you just gotta come test it out with us. We all gonna test it and see how it go." He was like, "You remember Marcus and this that we used to play on dumb ball?"
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I remember. He's like, "So they got some type of opportunity at 7-on-7." I'm like, "All right, bro, we just gonna, we gonna play." So I know that, So I know that we all played down McKim's like a test game or whatever it was, and just trying to see how it was because ain't nobody know what was going on. But I couldn't play that first, like I want to say the first couple games of the first year because I just couldn't get off. I couldn't get off of work. But then once I got into it, like it became some of the best football that I played.
I was curious how the adjustment was for you. The whole tight end, wide receiver joint, and then being less committed to the backfield, more on the wide receiver tip. Because growing up, you did it all.
So it was cool. It was cool because I always been bigger than just about everybody that we played with. Yeah. So I always was in the backfield.
Yeah, and
that was cool. I didn't have no problem with that, but I also was, telling everybody that I'm also probably one of the better pass catchers of the ball. And then it was just like we had other backs that was faster than me and that could, not necessarily bigger than me, but faster than me and moved better than me at running back. So I was like, fuck it, I can play receiver. That first year of Town Beef, I was actually playing safety and wide receiver. I wasn't even playing tight end.
Yep.
And it was me and Dregs back there playing safety, and we was both playing. Well, I was playing wide receiver. He was playing running back, and we kind of took over. Actually, we both had I don't know how many pickoffs or whatever, but it was just a lot. We wasn't keeping stats then.
Now I remember Dregs was winning them trophies, defensive player of the
year. Yeah. I never won
full picks.
But yeah, he had. I know vividly. Remember him having. I think it was like 22 picks in one season, or something along those lines. It was a whole. It was definitely 20.
Yeah, I remember.
Definitely 20 plus.
Had a bunch, yo. They wouldn't even throw it because the Dregs. They just focused on running at some point. Yeah. And then we had to get our linebacker thing secured and all that.
Yeah, that's when I want to say that's where Said started linebacker at first.
Man, Said came to linebacker a little bit later. When his time in the backfield started diminishing some.
Yeah.
When, like I said, at the time when Dre started getting more. Really, it's Roy's. Because Said ended up having split more carries with Roy's. Before the main backs was Ade and Said.
I forgot all
Ade and
about
said, and Ade was killing
yeah.
shit. If Ade would have had more time in this league, I know his name would be just different, yo.
Yeah, he was definitely
before he moved to PA.
Yeah.
But then after Ade, we transitioned from Ade. That's when it was more Roy's and
Said.
But then the Currys was 50-50. Before you know it, they was 60-40, 70-30. 80. Then it's like, yo, whenever Royce needs some water, you go run the ball.
You go run the ball. You go get the ball.
And at that point, said respectfully, just try to help the team in any way he could.
Yeah.
So
I
yo,
remember that, but you remember seeing the shift though, like it was 50-50, and then it was just like, all right, Roy's going.
Yep.
And said probably one of the best teammates.
Yeah.
He just took the back seat to him
and
let him do his thing.
He did. Yo, and said was a beast back in the day, yo. But I think Father Time is undefeated, and you got some of these kids, not kids. I'm talking like real old guys. You got some of these people who have been playing in the position their whole life, and that's Roy's. His whole personification is football, and said had the streets and the family and the kids.
Yeah, said was already a grown ass.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And Royce is coming out of high school just different, yo. Not to mention playing it his whole life. And the boy just gifted at a whole nother level.
He is. I remember when I first seen him, I'm like, because I was used to say running the ball.
Yeah.
And the way that we, kind of,
that was
it was spoke on in other interviews on how we was just like.
Yeah.
And I see Roy's like, and I'm like, man, who the fuck is this? That's sad, running the ball, yeah. And then I was like, all right, I see why I said they ain't running the, ain't running the ball.
Stuck in our ways, bro.
Oh yeah, that was to a detriment. That was to a detriment for sure.
We ain't know.
Yeah, that was to a detriment. Yo. But it is what it is. It ain't no way to turn it, change it now. So
no,
but it was definitely. It was bad though. It was bad, but we didn't see it as bad. We just seen it as brotherhood, loyalty. Brotherhood.
That's what we thought. We thought we was being up. Yeah, exactly. We thought we was being loyal to the utmost, and the rest of it, like how people say it's just football. That's what we thought it was. Like, yo, why you not being loyal? It's your man. You know what I mean? It's just football. Mm-hmm. But people, in their perspective of whatever just football is just different sometimes.
Yeah.
But I can't say we were tripping.
100%.
We were tripping. We were tripping. Yo, talking about football with you, bro, man. You got two specific things, and both of them are hard for me to speak about in the interview thing, man. We talked off the camera on how difficult some of this shit is to get off and say and pass by. One of them, I don't think you prepared for, though.
I don't know. We're going to find out.
OG from Perkins. I ain't going to say his name.
We ain't talk about that. We can't talk about that. No, I said we didn't. We can.
Yeah.
We can
I thought you said, I'm like,
no. We can talk about it. But I said we didn't.
Surely,
we didn't talk about that.
I say, like, we were born so and bred so competitive. All we did was talk and step and back it up. And unless you back it up a little bit, we're gonna talk some more and continue to talk. Yo, we used to have the game against the old heads from a different project.
We wore their ass out.
And they was used to fucking us up. And one year, yo,
it just switched. Boom.
Exactly. Literally. One year, blink of the dime, it just turned. And they was not used to it.
They wasn't, man. I honestly don't even remember his name to even, bring it up.
Cool, I'll tell you what it is. I'll tell you what it is.
But I was, I want to say, I think it was either China or Pikachu at quarterback. And that might have been one of the best games that I ever had. I was running the ball, catching the ball, picking it off, making sacks, tackles, everything. It was just the old heads versus the young.
Yo, the player we talked about here, when he got the ball, running the ball, he averaged 10 yards after tackle.
Yeah.
And it took a bunch of us to get him down. Like crazy, like thigh pads, everything. And
big ass old head.
Yo, whatever happened, there was some words exchanged.
I was saying, like I said, it was one of my best. outside, like backyard games ever, bro. I was just on. Like I said, I was catching it. I actually caught it over him and I popped him. One of the times that he was running the ball, popped him, talking my shit. And at that time, I was like, what, like 15, 16, 17, yeah.
That's
Oh,
when
yeah,
you
yeah,
popped
yeah.
his ass.
I popped him, got up over top while I'm talking. And, you know, he got in my face or whatever. We going back and forth. He was, you know, I guess I got him real mad. He's like, he's like, I'm going to the trunk on you. I see, I'm going to the trunk on you. I was like, yeah, I ain't worth my life. I never seen nobody actually get that mad over football. That was the first time. But it was also the
Mine
change.
too.
But that was the changing of the guard, though. Like, we started killing them every year after that.
That was fact. Yo, I think it's important to know that he did go to the truck, and you did take off on some Usain Bolt shit.
I was gone.
He was 2 blocks away, and we like, bro, no, come back.
No, sir. I'll see y'all next week.
But, you know, back in the day type shit,
yeah,
you did come back, and we did finish.
We did finish playing. I did come back.
Yeah, and when it was done, it was done.
Yeah, but that was wild, bro. And I did not see. I ain't see that one coming at all. I did not know that you was gonna bring that one up.
No, like I did, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Part of the history, yo. I witnessed. All right, my next memory with you, bro, is again a moment of transparency that, you know, we spoke about this a lot. Considered a lot of different things covering this next subject or topic, and ultimately, I believe I was the one who decided that, yo, the story of Town Beef Baltimore can't be told without this next portion, unfortunately. We both played in a game where a player had an injury that resulted in the loss of life. God rest his soul. It was a tragic accident. Nobody's at fault, 100% accident. But it shaped and turned everything about football, this game that I love, forever. And that's just speaking for myself.
For sure.
Anything
Definitely.
you care to speak on exactly what I'm talking about, or how I go, or
so I don't remember the team name, but I know they came from like Essex.
Dream Chasers.
That's their name. So I don't know if it was their first game.
Yep. First time in the league.
It was first game. It was a new season, first game. And them boys was talented. They was definitely talented. They was up on us, actually. They was up on us, jumped out on us fast. I guess we kind of underestimated them, you know what I'm saying? We got that mindset of the city-county thing, and you know what I'm saying? But
we've been in the league. They new to the league.
They jumped on us quick. And but we kind of walked them down.
Yeah.
We walked them down, and first quarter or whatever, during the game, it was, you know, I caught a pass, and one of their players kind of like tried to check me. That was, you know, we stopped the game, let them know the rules. It was their first game, so we told them it was no checking and everything in the league. You know what I'm saying? You know, we don't care how big somebody is or whatever it is.
Yeah.
No checking. Everybody got to get up and go.
And we knew that concept was new for everybody, including us.
Yeah. So, but we told them, you know, ain't no checking, bro. Like, everybody got to get up and go to work tomorrow on Monday.
Facts.
That was like one thing that we lived by. Make it to work on Monday. So that was that. Again, like I said, they jumped out on us pretty quick. I think they was up like 14-0, and we walked them down. And by like the third quarter, that was like 14-14.
Yep.
And it was Pikachu was quarterbacking. Pikachu was quarterbacking.
Yep.
And he threw me a comeback, and I caught it. And two of their players, again, was, you know, trying to check. And I need one in like the jaw. and like I guess it broke his jaw and knocked. I think it knocked teeth. I'm not exactly sure, but I think it did. But I know it broke his jaw. And the other one, it was like direct contact to his head. I just at the time in the moment, I kept running because I didn't go down. Yeah. Ran it to the touchdown. But everybody else could see what was the aftermath of me running. I didn't see everything because my back was turned. I was running to the end zone. Yeah. But I heard everything.
Like, so everything else immediately stopped. Yeah. And we all ran on the field and tried to help and everything else in the most respectful way. Yeah. But the biggest thing for me and making sure everybody knows it was 100% an accident, a freak accident, yo, on all sides for all parties. Yeah. I don't even think them attempting to check you was on purpose. I think they both were just attempting to wrap two different legs at two different times simultaneously. That's just my opinion of it, though.
Yeah, I mean, and like I said, I don't exactly know everything that happened because I was still running down the field. But I heard everything, and then by the time I got to the end zone and kind of looked back, it was both players like laid out on the field. I immediately dropped the ball, ran over there to see what was going on, and
we could just leave it at that. Yeah, you know what I mean. And efforts to be as respectful as possible to all parties involved. Just as a result of the injuries that took place on the field, a life was lost. Yeah. Long live Tyshawn. 100% an accident. And that's it, man. Prayers for the family, his mom, his brother, his sisters, teammates, people went to school with him.
For sure.
He was definitely a baller. He definitely had that swagger. He was talking. We tried to talk trash on the side. Like, it's a famous picture of him and Ronald lined up together. Mm-hmm. And I remember talking trash to him on the sideline, and Ronald talking trash too. Basically, like, man, this the horse. The horse about to burn you, man. He don't know what he doing. He don't know what you doing. Something. I was like, oh no. And he said something. Ronald like, boy, you high. And he was like, man, I'm high off life.
High off life. That's exactly what he said.
I'm high off life. Man, that shit gonna stick with me for the rest of my life. Yeah. But rest in peace, man. Prayers and blessings.
Definitely, rest in peace.
Nothing but respect to his family and everybody that knew him. Just speaking on how that impacted the league, knowing how from there we did our best to pay our respects at all costs, trying to keep the family around. That's when we started doing the prayers, all the teams coming together, realizing that everything ain't about football, like it once was for us all, man. That is more to it. And from there, I think the brotherhood amongst the league began. Yeah. We all started to familiarize ourselves with the rule books a lot more and take it a lot more serious. And yeah, man. So what was football like for you after that?
Well, as you said, that that's when the brotherhood of everything kind of became a lot more. That's when, I mean, us as a team, we already had that as just a team.
Correct.
Because we would always just hang with each other anyway.
We did everything together.
Everything. But
except for when you went vegan, we let you do that shit by yourself.
But y'all still had some of the fried broccoli and the vegan mac.
So fuck that. We ain't really started clicking until you came back and we started going to get them fish sandwiches from over west. After that, we let you eat by yourself, yo. But my bad. Go ahead.
But yeah, so that's when we all that's when the whole league that's when Sundays became a thing, like an event.
That's
We
real.
would all sit there and watch everybody game, get there at 12 o'clock, leave like 6 o'clock,
That's
and
real.
just be there all day long, consuming all football all the time, laughing, joking, playing.
I can't tell you how much I missed that in my life. Yo.
That's
how therapeutic it was.
That's some of the best times that we had, and it was like a safe space. You know what I'm saying? Like we knew that ain't nothing happening to us. At least right now, these 8 hours or so, ain't nobody actually getting like harmed. Now,
These
you might be hurt.
These 300 motherfuckers at this field ain't trying to do nothing to me.
Ain't nothing.
Yep.
Ain't nobody here trying to do nothing to you. We just here to watch football, laugh, joke, play, and that's something. Like I said, that's some of the best times I ever had, and I miss that to this day. It can't be replaced with nothing.
Facts.
No
As
matter
raw
what you
and
try to
unique
do,
as it was, bro.
Yeah, it was just, you know what I'm saying? It was just raw. It was just us being us, having fun. And that's why a little bit of me want to, you know, that's why I threw it out on the page the other day. Look, let's do Town Beef Flag or something. Really, you know, just to get them Sundays back, just to get
Something
all
to
the
bring
guys
the guys
back. Not even really necessarily the games, but just that time to get back with everybody else. That's what I actually miss the most about the whole thing.
And I'm hopeful that it's something that we can do, man. We're all a lot older, and hopefully we can handle everything a lot better. And it don't got to be us playing, man. It could just be us showing up to support and coach other players.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get some of these kids coming out of high school, man, that don't have a future in sports, and introduce this league to them the way it was introduced to a lot of us. But at the same time, teach them how to maintain it.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of where we dropped the ball.
Yeah, we were young, bro.
We
were
didn't
young.
maintain it. We didn't know what we had. We didn't know how precious it was.
Facts.
And we dropped the ball. We let it, you know what I'm saying? We kind of let it fade away. We just didn't do the maintenance on it that we needed to do. We just didn't do no maintenance on the league at all. Yeah. And we thought it would last forever.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? But we never like kind of grew it. We didn't grow Town Beef.
No, bro, you're right though.
Of course we went on and, you know, did A7 and everything like that, but we didn't grow Town Beef.
We turned out for us. We turned out back on Town Beef when Town Beef needed us the most.
Yeah.
Basically. You know what I mean? A7 was a new hot thing, man, and we all dropped Town Beef to get on that bandwagon.
Yep.
And, you know.
And left it.
We all, you know, some of us would do it again. The rest of us, we would just handle things a little bit differently. All right, bro, you on a team. You got a name in the league. You balling. You got some crazy one-hand catches. You getting all types of crazy stuff. One of the first men in the league to be bringing his whole family to the field every week. You got that. The dome, passing park, all that, man. And that was just manhood, brotherhood, yo. And we got to mention all of the facts. On the way to the facts, though, we got to cover the Army, bro. The snipers turning into the Army. Favorite players, favorite memories.
Oh, man.
Favorite things about the Army. You got a coach you hate from over there. Let me know.
I got a few favorite teammates. First is Pikachu. I brung him kind of into our circle playing football down
You definitely did.
So he'll always be my favorite teammate.
Facts.
And to this day, he's still one of my best friends, you know. So, but I think my favorite teammate is Dreads. All time. Like, all time. I think that's
I thought you was going to say Dane.
Nah.
Dreads.
Dreads probably my favorite teammate of all time. It's like mental telepathy. Like, he know. When he see it, he know.
That's
what I'm talking about. But we was always on the same page all the time. Then he had to speak, look at each other. We knew what was what. And we knew how to carry each and every game and each and every person just based off of looks because we didn't really speak that much about anything, but we knew what was up at every time. But that's probably one of my favorite teammates.
Yo, Dreads was one of the biggest blessings we ever had. To the Army, to the Sniper franchise, to all of it, yo. And I don't know if the rest of the league will ever truly know. I don't know if
they won't.
How much Dreads meant to everything we had, yo. Even like me thinking back, bro, I know that Said originally started this shit. Me, Said, and Meatball.
Mm-hmm.
But as it continued, Said and Meatball kind of backed off, and it was me and Dreads. And I wouldn't have been able to do half of the shit we did without Dreads, so.
Shit, speaking on Meatball, he wasn't, because remember, I didn't play that
the very first season.
Very first season, because by the time I got there, he wasn't there.
Yeah.
It was just you Said, and Dreads.
Yep.
And that was it. Because I never played with, Meatball.
No, Meatball was the connection, though. Meatball was the one who brought Dreads and them to us.
I remember playing, I remember playing against them.
Yeah, we played against them
at McKim's.
We played at McKim's, and then we did it again at Lombard.
Yeah.
And then right after that, we played them again at Lombard. That's when this town beef conversation started. And Meatball was the connection to them. And that's when Al was little and skinny and strong as shit.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah, that was, I think Meatball actually went on and played with another team in Town B, if I'm not mistaken. Or I could be wrong.
No, he did at some point.
He played with another team, but I don't remember what team it was.
At some point, he was with somebody else. I don't remember who, but I remember they let him run the ball and stuff like that. And everything else. Again, our running back room was a little thick, pause. So, like...
For sure.
Yo, so... Meatball ain't get the time like he wanted to at that point. And we was introducing structure and everything else. But shout out to Meatball, yo. Shout out to Meatball.
Definitely.
So your favorite teammate is Dreads, yo. Any other teammates? Or do you have teammates you didn't like? All right, okay, cool. Never mind, yo. Never mind, yo. Because... boy, I know some teammates that don't like your ass.
Oh, for sure.
Like your ass.
I know a few of them that don't like me. But
speaking on the things that are unsaid, going back, would you change that?
No.
Damn.
No. I wouldn't. I'm going because I'm going to always be me 100% of the time. And I never faked the funk for nobody. If I didn't like you, knew I didn't like you.
I don't even know if I'm talking about the same thing.
I know.
I think
you talking about what I'm talking about, but I know for sure.
Well, you acquired something that wasn't previously yours.
No, that's where I wasn't talking about that situation, but he know that was given to me, and then things went left after that.
Okay.
You talking about down with Kim's, right?
I don't know. We may got pauses so we can get this on and come back to the story. Because
you talk.
All right, everybody, we back. We just spoke about it. Sorry we couldn't bring y'all in on the conversation. But I'm going to ask that question one more time. I don't know if the answer going to be different, but I'm just going to ask it again. Now we're on the same page. Going back on some things, would you change that situation, acquiring some things that did not belong to you previously?
Probably not. Honestly, still the same answer. But looking at it now, it was crazy. It was a crazy situation. But in that time,
I'm just not gonna say no. No, I'm sorry. I don't know your life. I don't know my life. I mean, I know my life.
I don't know your life or mine.
I know my life. All right, yo. So what happened? All right, damn, yo. I don't even feel comfortable speaking on it, yo. I'm gonna tell you why I don't feel comfortable, right? Because you made your decisions, and everybody ain't know what was happening when it happened. It was like, but there was a certain time when everybody knew, but the one person who it affected the most.
Yeah.
And at that point, I had to make a judgment call, and I'm not saying I made the right call. But it was at that point, it was like, man, is this about the team or is this about yo from around the way? This bro versus some guy that ain't even us.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I chose bro, and you know, I stayed solid. I ain't say shit. I seen shit, and I ain't say, even though it's my team, even though your actions outside of the field affected the locker room and everything else on the inside of the field. Regardless of value of said player in comparison. You want to let everybody know what happened or not, yo?
Nah, they know they know.
Cool.
Some people know.
Cool.
I think it's just Army that know.
I think
it ain't
just
worth speaking.
Army and Panthers, maybe.
And probably those two teams know, but that's it. It ain't even nothing to.
But still a no.
Wow.
Still a no. All right, bet. Don't worry about it. Cool. All right, bro. So Dre's was your favorite teammate. We went through that. We ain't really cover players that you didn't like on the team, although I do want to get back to that. But with Pikachu also being like your best friend in all of this football shit, you being a wide receiver known for catching the ball, Pikachu left us at some point. We get Scooter. Before we got Scooter, we had Cal. What was your relationship with the quarterbacks?
Man, it got dark for me for a little while.
I remember that. It was hard to find the times to get you the ball. You didn't want to block as much. You wanted to go out.
Because at some point, like, coming from when Pikachu was the quarterback, I knew for a fact, not even talking to him or anything like that, but I knew it was 10 targets minimum.
Real shit.
Per game. And that's wherever I lined up at. It didn't make no difference. He was throwing to me, he was throwing to Dreads. Once Kyle got there, it was still kind of cool.
Cal.
It wasn't Cal.
Yeah. Niggas always call him Kyle.
Yeah, that's just, Cal. But when he got there, it kind of dropped a little bit to like 6. You know what I'm saying? 5 to 6. And that was cool. But once Scooter got there, that shit went away. Like, it just, you know what I'm saying? Like,
he came in with his own guy.
He came in with Byron.
Prime time.
Man. But for a while, like, when you said that, you know, I didn't want him, it took the love away of playing the game. So, no, I didn't want to block. I didn't want to, you know what I'm saying? Because I knew no matter what, I was probably the biggest mismatch in the league.
Yeah.
Coming from a tight end. I was faster than most of the linebackers, and I was bigger than most of the safeties.
Yep.
So I was kind of always open, but with...
And in the beginning, the same size as the rest of the linemen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And with Scooter, it was just like, bro, he would not hit me. He wouldn't, bro, and it got so difficult. And like I said, for a little while, I kind of lost the love of playing. I just came really for Sundays, and then it kind of picked up a little bit, but then it kind of went back down, and I never really got the right rhythm with school that I thought that I should have.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, we got a few great plays, a couple bombs, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But I know.
Yeah, you wasn't a part of the identity at that point.
Yeah, it was just, I was, you know, at that point in time, I was like more so on the team.
Yeah, and you know, coming from the coach side and the scheming for different teams, once he was going through the different quarterbacks, it was difficult to work you back into the scheme, even though, like I said, you automatically was a mismatch. The problem we always was having was getting our line to the right point where we can pick up certain blocks, and not having running backs at the time that was willing to block or chip, or wondering if we wanted to even use a back on the passing play and how I go. It was just so much new to the league that we were just trying to learn and teach at the same time.
Yeah, it was just a wild time. That's all it was. Like, I can't really say it no other way. It was a wild time. But I talked to Byron about it. And I told Scooter as well. Like, I'm going to show up and play.
That's exactly the conversation. That's verbatim. That's the conversation.
Yeah, I'm going to show up and I'm going to play. But I know for a fact that I'm not getting as many targets as I should. But I always would tell him, bro, get me in the game early. And if you need me late, I'm going to be in the game. And this go back to the Ronald interview when you just not getting the ball, when you isolated.
Yep.
Because
you feel like the team don't believe you.
For a little while, yeah, man, it would be times where he threw the ball and then I would half-ass it. Like, because I'm not even in the rhythm. I would just throw one hand up and try to grab it instead of really going after the ball because I wasn't even expecting the ball.
That's real
I got to a point where I wasn't expecting the ball. I was just out there running around. And so when he would throw me the ball, and it would be like, when I don't, give him my full effort, it was, like, damn, no, when I throw you the ball, you ain't, what I'm saying? You ain't.
Real, bro.
I'm like, bro, I'm not even into the game. I'm literally just here to, get the game going.
Real
And,
yo, and to our detriment, that's learning depth charts and how many plays, and even shout out to Bone interview when he talking about the guy from New Jersey that's just gonna tell you how it is, Ken. We talking about Ken Stansbury, yo. It was hard at that point to even tell players like, yo, this just is what it is. Like, you only gonna get 2 looks this game. Like, we left the imagination open for too many people without being transparent, and nobody knew what the fuck they was gonna get. That's just one of them things. Going back was, I wish we could have handled that part better. Cause you got 30 people on the roster, only 7 on the field, only 3 of them receivers, but you got 14 other receivers on the roster. It's hard, yo.
yeah, and I know for a fact, in a couple of those games, if I was used, I think we would have had a couple more victories in a couple of those closer games when it was just tight. Because it was a lot of games where players and, from the other team be like, bro, we know you're not getting the ball. Like, no matter what you do, you're not getting the ball. And I'd be wide open. And, what I'm saying, still wasn't getting the ball. So it became a point where it was like, bro, we don't even really got to stick you like that. And it was,
Yeah.
But, I mean, it is what it is.
You was half-ass blocking, though.
Once I got... It was a 1-2 thing.
As soon as there's a shit nigga say go, you was gone on the line. You ain't trying to touch a soul. Now, Randy, you at least got fucking touch him.
After a while, that's what it became. You ain't, you know what I'm saying? You ain't looking out for me. I ain't looking out for you. I know that's the most selfish shit that
you don't ever remember the Titans type shit.
That you can say, but that's how it was, bro. Like, bro, no matter if I block and then release, you ain't looking for me. If I don't block and release, you really ain't looking for me. So you ain't looking for me regardless. So it didn't make me want to do the want to part, the dirty part more.
Yeah, you're right.
Why the hell do I want to sit and block somebody if I know I ain't getting the ball regardless? You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what led to me not, giving it my all on the blocking and all that shit. Because
I understand.
After a while, it was like, bro, we just here to, I'm here to just play and get the game over with and, you know what I'm saying, and chill for the rest of the Sunday.
Yeah, yo. Not saying I agree, but I definitely fucking understand, yo. There was still some good fucking times.
Oh, yeah. It was all of it was still good times. Like, like I said again, the whole Sunday was a good time. But, some parts of, the game was just, it became difficult.
For sure. All right, bro. Yo, again, I'm glad the shit that you right here, bro. Because I don't get to really talk to my teammates or people that was down with me as we go, man. I feel like we just went on a crazy-ass gator run.
Yeah, it was. That was wild. It was.
Yo, this feel like all the interviews been either gators or assassins, yo.
Staring that pot.
I'm getting into the home team port right now, yo. We ain't really talking about nobody else. But since we here, yo, who were some of your favorite teams throughout the years in Town Beef?
Oh, man. To watch or
to
play against? To play against, it was the Bulldogs.
Yo,
100% the Bulldogs. It was like, playing against them was like playing against ourselves. 100%. That aggression, that everything. It was like Army East versus Army West. However you want to put it. If you want to call it Bulldogs, East Bulldogs, however you want to put it. But it was like playing against ourselves. Like, nobody brung that type of aggression to the game. That shit kind of make you feel like that Ravens-Steelers rivalry
had to be
type of thing.
Steelers, bro.
But yeah, that was my favorite team to play against. And I loved it because players on both sides talk shit.
Yeah.
And I could talk shit to the twins.
We wouldn't hurt their feelings.
Yeah,
we wouldn't hurt our feelings.
It would never get to like, you know what I'm saying, get too crazy. But it was always a good physical game.
We understood the shit wasn't personal, and we always there to give it our all.
Every time.
Much respect. They still like one of my favorite teams, yo. I love the Bulldogs, yo.
Yeah.
It's nothing the Bulldogs can do wrong in my eyes, yo. Shout out to Keith and the rest of them guys, man. Outside of the Bulldogs,
it would be, I don't know, like to watch. I used to like watching the Gators when we wasn't like playing them. When we wasn't playing them, that was the team you had to like, you legit had to sit and watch the game. Because like you said before in past interviews, they
revolutionized
they did it all, bro. It was just amazing to see how John could just, distribute the ball. You got Snags running the ball, and you know what I'm saying, you got Milk and Sly and everybody, Kyle.
Yo, my favorite part about the Gators, yo, was their substitutions.
Yeah.
I always feel like they substituted flawlessly, and there was just some shit that the rest of us just couldn't fucking figure out how to do.
It was ego. Everybody else had ego, bro.
I mean, it's ego too, but it's something to do with the coaches. I know a lot of there's some shit that we don't really talk about in the league or when we think back on the league, but there were people, at least on our teams, that was in charge of substitutions to a degree. That played a role that, if I can't say in charge of, I can say they influenced substitutions. And nobody mastered it like the Gators, yo.
I think that go back to Skriz, though, when he said they legit had, like, no ego, bro. If you ain't on, hey, bro, you take over. I'm tired, you get in. And with every other team, everybody felt as though this is mine. This is my position. This is my time.
Yeah.
And that was even our team. I wouldn't get out the game for a long time, bro, until I was like absolutely tired, or just was like,
real shit,
or just wanted to get out the game.
Fucking up the locker room and shit.
Yeah, and that's what it came down to. So they had no ego, bro, and they were just like flawless with it. But another team that I did like to watch was that first Cobras team.
The one with Rugo on it?
No, the first one when they was playing down.
I feel like Rugo was on the first Cobras team.
Was that the Utz field?
Yeah, I want to say Rugo was on that team.
No, hell no.
Rugo was on that team.
Rugo was on the Town Beef team. Rugo wasn't on that team.
He was on that first Cobras team, yo.
I don't think
he wasn't a quarterback, though. He was
I'm not sure. Well, I'm not sure if he was or not. But I'm talking about when I seen them play down on at the Utz field.
Yeah.
That was like one of the first times that I seen that team play. But
I never seen so much talent together.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting to. Like that was one of my favorite teams to watch, and then I would watch them on like Saturdays and stuff like that.
Yeah, shout out to the Cobra show. Marcus did his thing, selecting a roster for that team.
Yeah, he did. I'm sure he did.
So, Bulldogs your favorite team to go against.
Mm-hmm.
Gators your favorite team to watch. That in the first year, Cobras.
Yeah.
Favorite jerseys. You got favorite jerseys?
Favorite jersey. I liked our black jersey a lot.
Bro, yo, I like our black jersey. It ain't one of my favorites, but I like our black jersey.
Yeah, no, it's not my favorite, but Dre's let me in on that one. I kind of, pitched the black to him.
So that's how you like it?
Yeah. I was in on that one. I was in on the black. But the favorite jersey, trying to think. It gotta be the Gators with them jerseys, bro. The
Gator color wave was crazy, yo.
And especially like with the little Gator scales on the shoulders and shit like that. Yeah, they had the best jerseys, bro, by far. But I'm also blanking on
just jerseys
jerseys in general.
He had a good run of jerseys.
Classic jersey.
Okay.
Is that Hit Squad jersey. That burgundy with the khaki. It's a classic.
To me, that's some Steelers shit.
It's just
that's the energy I get from that.
It's just a classic jersey though. Like
it is.
When I think about that jersey, I think about that championship game in the mud.
Yep.
When they played the Assassins in the mud, bro.
Yep.
And that's what comes to my mind. Like that's a classic jersey though.
That's facts. How about ugly jersey? You got some
Oh,
ugly
it was a whole
jerseys,
bunch of them motherfuckers. The
favorite
Warlords.
ugly jersey?
I did not like that Warlords purple and green. I ain't
Wait a minute, yo. One of the Warlord jerseys I like,
I ain't
yo.
like that. That SSK baby blue.
I ain't like that one.
I ain't like that. It was a few of them that I absolutely.
I ain't like a couple SSK.
Shit, I ain't like the Renegades jerseys.
PE got the worst.
PE.
Jersey of
Oh
all
yeah,
time.
that was
the ugliest jersey I ever seen in my life.
100%. That was a horrible ass jersey with the blue and the gray and the all yellow.
Tetris.
Yeah, that might be the
horrible,
worst
yo.
jersey that I've ever seen.
I agree. Yo.
I can't think of nobody else who actually had jerseys. I'm blanking.
Jerseys like that shit. It's
But PE was the worst for sure.
So you can't think about that. I really, really hope you can think about this, or you have thought about this at some time. Is there a person, place, or thing that you hold responsible for the decline of Town Beef Baltimore?
I think it's all of us. Everybody. I said it already on like a status or so, but we all kind of we didn't do the maintenance. And we didn't keep it up. We didn't bring in no new talent. We wasn't business savvy enough at the time.
For sure.
We just let it go. We didn't build on what we had. Like I said earlier in the interview, we thought that this would just last forever. We never brung nobody else we didn't usher nobody into, you know what I'm saying, bring it up after us. Now we older and we can look back and we don't have no players.
Right, the youngest passed the ranks too.
Yeah, the youngest player I remember coming into the league at a certain time was Tillman, and I'm sure he probably like 27, 28 right now.
That's real.
I don't know exactly how old he is right now, but
that was our young boy.
Yeah, that was at the time, yeah. So, and that was like 10 years ago. So he was like 19, 20, whatever. But we dropped the ball on it. It's, so that's what I blame for just and then A7. We all wanted to be on the big screen. We all wanted the cameras. We all wanted, and we just never, we never gave Town Beef no love. It was times when we had Town Beef with 10, 12, 13 teams, and you know what I'm saying? That was a good time. But then after we kind of got introduced to A7, it was like, it was dead. It was gone. It was 4 teams, 17. We let it go because everybody was getting ready to play.
Left it in the sun without the water.
Yeah, we was all getting ready to play A7 and just let Town Beef die.
Damn, yo. I agree, unfortunately, man. The person who I picked for the original decline, I'm slowly but surely starting to kind of change my mind, but I think I'm going to end up dying on this hill. I tried to come down, it just don't work.
I see, it's multiple instances.
For sure. Everybody should have
multiple instances where that.
That's why I love the question so much because
everybody see different. Everybody see different.
And every perspective has been valid.
It's collectively we just dropped it.
Sure, yo.
We just let it go, and everybody, like you said, got their own perspective of it, and we see or seen it all play out in real time, just different ways. But it's a whole bunch of things that we could have done different, and to keep it going. It might not be what we wanted to be right now, but right now it's like non-existent at all. It's nothing.
That's real.
It could still be something right now, 10 years later, but
hey, it's still hope.
We had to do.
Still hope. Yo, before we get out of here, and definitely before we get out of here, I want to say thank you again for coming, bro. You always been a legend to me, even before this league, man. I remember my earliest memory of you in general, yo, is around the way, man. We went through this phase where we would play with bean shooters and BB guns.
Everything, yeah.
We went from BB guns to pellet guns because the police kept mistaking the real
BB
guns
the
for
real
real
ones,
guns.
for sure.
So my mother made us switch to pellet guns. So we started going with the pellet guns real crazy. Everybody had the pellet guns.
Everybody.
Some kind of way, them Somerset niggas found out.
Found out
we was balling crazy
we
with
all
the
came
BB
across
guns.
the street and everything.
In come Randy and Maurice on my block. They ain't even bring a damn BB gun. I mean, they brought a BB gun, but they brought the rifle joint
the
that
shotgun.
pump up.
The shotgun.
The one that pump though. And these motherfuckers come over there putting holes in our stop signs. Talking about why we ain't shooting no more. Like, yo.
Yeah, I remember that. Vividly, I remember
real
that.
talk, yo.
Exactly, I do remember that.
Thank you, bro. You always been a legend, yo. Before you go, anything you want to say to the league?
Oh man. Yeah, let's see what we can do, man. Let's do something. Let's try to bring those Sundays back. Doing something. If it's flag football, I know y'all guys got the basketball.
Shout out to Bree, shout out to
But
Bob.
if it's anything that we could do to get the Sundays back. We're a little older now, so we ain't really trying, get all tackled on and shit like that. But that's what if we can do it. Even if it's like every now and again, if we can just get together and all the guys just do something.
Yo, I agree, man. I say, we all just go meet up Lamel. And somebody bring a grill, somebody bring some charcoal, somebody bring lighter fluid.
That's it.
And somebody grab a ball. Let's go play catch
something
and see where this takes us.
And see where it go, man. Let's do something because it's too many guys with the same feeling of wanting that brotherhood back. And it's been, at this point now, it's probably been like 5 years since the last game or so. Whatever, or I could be wrong. But
maybe longer. Who knows?
But yeah, I think we can make something shake with that. It don't got to be, like I said, it don't got to be tackle football, but it could be something. And shit, dodgeball.
Shit, maybe we can bring that rough touch league down here.
However it go.
Cool, man. Thank you again, bro. Be safe, man.
No problem.
Wait, what happened? I think I got knocked out the ring.